Hey guys, it's Tim here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Fall Out Boy's 7th studio album, Mania. I've been excited to be able to listen to this album. I'm just going to wear it on my sleeve. Fall Out Boy is one of my favorite bands of all time. That may make some people cheer and make some people cringe, but I cannot deny that whenever I was a kid and I heard Dance Dance for the first time, it completely changed my musical taste for the rest of my life, and since Infinity on High has become one of my favorite records of all time. I just love picking this one apart. And even after their break, they came back with Save Rock and Roll, which was surprisingly very solid. So I've been a huge fan of their work, guys. And getting to listen to Mania was very exciting, but also a bit nerve-wracking for me as they pushed the album back, and I was a bit nervous about how it would sound. And I just need you guys to know that I am reviewing this album as a fan. So the things that I'm about to say are my opinion, and if you disagree, you can put them down in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I want to know y'all's opinion, but I'm just going to give it to y'all straight. This album reminded me of the movie Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, what I mean by that is whenever I went and saw that movie, I came out of the theater not quite knowing what to think, because for every great scene, there was another scene that came right after it that was so bad that it just doused the flame that was building before. And this album's really similar to that. I feel like there will either be a song or a moment where I'm like, yes, that is Fall Out Boy doing what they do best, writing catchy hooks, but at the same time they're with profound lyrics that are begging to be picked apart. And then there's other times on this album where it's just so repetitive that I'm just like, it just sounds like this was so rushed. And I know that they had an extra 4 months to complete this record, but it just wasn't enough time. It just sounds like either the band or the record label was standing there the whole time saying, it has to come out now, it has to come out now, it has to come out now. So regardless of where it was at, they were just like, fine, here it is. And that's just a shame. I think that this album, I like the direction that they were taking it. I like the idea of Mania and just kind of the insanity of having all these genres put into one record. And I know a lot of reviewers I've been listening to and reading have been knocking the album for having a lot of different genres, and that wasn't as much a problem for me as it was just the quality of the songs in general. There are just songs on this album, and I'll just name a few. I would say Church, or Sunshine Riptide, or Bishop's Knife Trick, where it just sounds like there was potential there, and I get what Patrick was doing whenever he was writing the music, and kind of what Pete was doing whenever he was writing the lyrics, but they just don't sound complete. Even a song like Champion, where it starts out really strong and it's classic Fall Out Boy, it's anthemic, it gets you pumped, but then at the end of the song it just sounds like they didn't know how to end it, so Patrick just starts doing vocal runs. It sounds cool, but there's not necessarily a lot of substance to it. And then yet, as I said before, there's moments on this record that I really love. There's songs, particularly the last of the real ones, I would say is by far the best song on this record. If you have like a Fall Out Boy hits playlist, this song, of any of the songs on the album, needs to go on there. It's great. Some other songs that I think are notable are Wilson Expensive Mistakes. My wife and I got to see that song live on their Mania tour, and I fell in love with that song on their tour, and to hear it on the album, I still really like it. And then Hold Me Tight or Don't, I wouldn't say it's as strong as most of their singles, but it is what it is. It's a good track. So those 3 songs in particular, if you don't take anything else away from this record, listen to those 3 songs. There's some other songs on this record, such as Stay Frosty Royal Milk Tea, that is very solid. There's just a couple lyrics in there where I'm like, why do you keep repeating that over and over? It's so awkward. And whenever you hear it, you'll know what I mean. So yeah, guys, overall, this album to me is sort of like a teeter-totter, where it has a lot of good and a lot of bad, and in the end they just kind of balance out to make a record that's just kind of meh. And as a Fall Out Boy fan, it pains me to say that. I want to come on this camera and tell you guys this is one of Fall Out Boy's greatest records, or at least as good as the stuff that's come before it. But Mania just overall as a record didn't do it for me. Am I going to be returning to the last of the real ones and Wilson Expensive Mistakes in my car rides? Oh yeah, I'll be listening to those songs, but this record as a whole, it doesn't have just the profound lyrics that, you know, From Under the Cork Tree, Infinity on High, and Folie à Deux had, and it doesn't have the pop, I guess, sensibilities that Save Rock and Roll and American Beauty, American Psycho had, where it was obvious that Fall Out Boy was going very pop, but yet it was still very high quality and very awesome to listen to. I'm gonna give Mania by Fall Out Boy a 5 out of 10, right there in the middle. If I had to rank this album with the rest of their albums from best to worst, I think my list would be Infinity on High, From Under the Cork Tree, American Beauty, American Psycho, Take This to Your Grave, Folie à Deux, Save Rock and Roll, and then at the very bottom, Mania. That's just how I feel about it. Again, some noteworthy tracks. Go listen to The Last of the Real Ones, listen to Wilson Expensive Mistakes, and listen to Hold Me Tight or Don't. I think I would be remiss to not mention Young and Menace in this review, since so many people are so divided about that song. For me personally, I like that song more than most, but I do agree with many of the gripes that it's just very repetitive and there's just not much lyrical substance to it. So I think that song for me is just kind of wallpaper in the middle, where it's there and you can listen to it and it sounds pretty cool, but there's just not much to return to there. So yeah guys, thank you for watching my review of Mania. I release weekly entertainment, tech, and review videos on this channel, so if you're into a lot of the stuff that I'm into, I would love for you guys to come along on the journey. Give my channel a subscribe. Give this video again a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't like it. I want to get the feedback. Just fire down in the comments below what you thought about the album. We can have a conversation about it. I answer back to most every single comment that I get. So thank you guys again. Have a great one. See you next time.